My charming and fair-minded Libra friend, hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Our Libra this week begins with a hush beneath the surface, one you may not have put into words yet. There's a question in your chest, lingering, half-formed, whether it's the tug of wanting to step back, the ache of too many voices, or simply the need for a pause. The air around you feels charged with a delicate kind of stillness. Maybe you sense that others expect more than you can give at the moment. Perhaps in the quiet moments you realize your thoughts turn inward, circling around what you haven't yet resolved. You might find yourself searching for a pocket of peace, a breathing space, something that lets you collect yourself before the next demand. Underneath your calm exterior there's a subtle tension, the urge to retreat, to gather your energy, to rest from the noise of decisions. This isn't exhaustion exactly. It's a yearning for a pause, a gentle withdrawal from all that is expected. In this silence you may notice how much you've been holding back and how much you long to simply be without explanation. The week begins with a sense of wanting to lie low, to let the world pass by for just a breath or two, until you find your center again. This inner landscape is traced most clearly in the 4 of Swords, which sets the emotional tone for your days ahead. There is a strong pull toward stillness, a wish to step away from the swirl of conversations and obligations. Rest isn't just physical here, it's a shelter for the mind and spirit. You may feel the weight of recent weeks, the moments when your balance slipped, or the ways you've stretched yourself thin to keep harmony around you. Instead of chasing answers, you may feel a quiet surrender to the spaces in between. This is a time when you notice the quiet fatigue in your body, or the gentle insistence of your own thoughts asking for a break. You aren't running from anything, but you're not quite running towards something either. There's grace in this pause. In the hush you can feel your own heartbeat, your breath slowing, your mind letting go of the need to fix or solve. It's an inner sanctuary even if the world outside keeps moving. You might find yourself withdrawing from group plans, letting messages go unanswered, or simply taking longer to respond. There's a sense that for now the work is internal, tending to what's unsettled, giving yourself the rare luxury of no expectations. This withdrawal isn't selfish, it's a quiet act of care, a way to return to yourself before you step back into the dance of daily life. The tension in the air is not about conflict, but about the need for renewal, a subtle invitation to rest, reflect, and let your mind wander where it needs to go. In these small silences, you find clarity that can't be forced. You may be surprised at how much you can hear when you stop trying so hard to listen to everything at once. From this place of pause, the shape of your days begins to shift. The longing for rest naturally makes space for new dynamics to emerge. The quiet you nurture within yourself creates ripples that reach the surface, subtly changing how you move through the week. You may notice that your need for stillness brings certain choices into sharper relief. What you say yes to, what you decline, which conversations you allow, and which you postpone. The world around you doesn't slow down just because you do. In fact, sometimes it seems to move even faster. Yet this isn't a sign you're being left behind. It's a sign that your pause is creating a new rhythm, one that others may not notice but you feel in your bones. As you step back, the pressures you've been carrying begin to reveal themselves. You see which ones are yours and which belong to someone else. The act of pausing, of drawing inward, reveals which paths are truly yours to walk. It's in this space that your path unfolds, not in spite of your pause, but because of it. This brings us to the presence of the world, a card that moves through your week with a sense of momentum and completion. While the urge to pause is strong, life has a way of drawing you back into its current. Events gather pace, loose ends demand tying, and you may feel the press of deadlines or the approach of something significant reaching its fullness. There's a sense of culmination, as if something you've been circling is about to come full circle. Yet the pace isn't frantic. It's more like the shift from twilight to dawn, inevitable, steady, a gentle pressure that asks you to step forward even as you long for stillness. The harmony you crave is both challenged and supported by this energy. You might feel the friction of wanting to finish what you started while also needing more time. There could be moments when everything seems to converge, tasks, relationships, responsibilities, all seeking your attention at once. This isn't chaos, though it can feel overwhelming. Rather, it's the natural consequence of things coming together, of cycles closing so that new ones can begin. The momentum around you asks for engagement, for your presence, even as your heart seeks sanctuary. There may be invitations, opportunities, or even farewells that appear, each one a reminder that you are part of a larger pattern. The world doesn't demand perfection. Instead, it offers a kind of gentle insistence, the sense that now is the time to notice what has come to fruition, to acknowledge what's ending, and to allow yourself to be changed by it. The pressures you feel are not meant to break you, but to mark a threshold. You stand at the edge of something, perhaps a project completed, a relationship matured, or simply a new understanding of your own limits. The tension between pause and progress is where real growth begins, yet the path ahead is not automatic. To truly meet this moment, you must bring your awareness to the choices before you. The potential of this week isn't simply handed to you by circumstance. It waits for you to notice, to engage, to bring your presence fully to what unfolds. Without conscious participation, the opportunities may pass by unnoticed or feel like burdens rather than invitations. Your growth is not guaranteed, but it is possible. If you choose to meet the week with openness and a willingness to move at your own pace, even when others seem to be rushing ahead. The space between rest and action becomes your proving ground. How you meet it makes all the difference. This is where the Two of Pentacles enters, quietly inviting you to explore what it means to live in balance. Growth for you is not about grand gestures or sudden leaps. It's about weaving together the threads of stillness and activity, allowing yourself to move with the rhythm that feels right for you. The week offers you a chance to practice flexibility, to gently shift your weight from one foot to the other, to respond to what arises without losing your center. There will be moments when demands pull you in different directions, when you feel the urge to retreat and the need to engage almost simultaneously. The invitation here is not to choose one over the other, but to experiment with ways of holding both. You might find that small adjustments, a change in schedule, a brief walk outside, a quiet moment with a cup of tea, make the dance of responsibilities feel lighter. There is no promise of perfect balance, only the possibility of discovering what balance feels like for you right now. Each day you are offered new chances to respond, to adapt, to find your footing again. The growth that waits for you is quiet but real, an inner confidence that comes from knowing you can hold more than you thought, so long as you allow yourself to rest and move in equal measure. This is not the week for extremes. It is a week for gentle shifts, for listening closely, for honoring both your need for pause and your capacity for participation. As this week unfolds, the three cards, Four of Swords, the World, and Two of Pentacles, form a gentle arc. You begin in stillness, recognizing the quiet fatigue that asks for your attention. In honoring that need, you make space for the world to move around you, bringing things to a head, asking you to step up and witness what has come full circle. And as you find yourself called into participation, you discover that balance is not a fixed state, but a living process, one that changes with each breath, each choice, each new demand. The tension you feel at the week's start is not a flaw, but a sign that you are listening to yourself. The pressures that arise are not obstacles, but invitations to see how much you've grown. In the gentle negotiation between pause and action, you find your own unique rhythm. You are reminded that you are allowed to rest, to engage, to adapt, and to try again. The week closes with a sense of quiet accomplishment, not because everything is resolved, but because you have honored both your limits and your possibilities. In this small, steady way, you come home to yourself. Actionable insights for Libra this week. Let yourself try a quiet moment alone, even if it's just for a few minutes. Notice how it feels to say no without guilt when your energy is low. Give yourself permission to handle one thing at a time without rushing. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I honor my need for quiet. I can take space without losing my place. I am allowed to move at my own pace. Balance feels possible in this moment. I trust my rhythm is enough. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.